Good afternoon, everybody. I'm back on the old trusty iPhone and wired-in headphones because the action camera weren't very good and the Bluetooth headphones are too sensitive when you're out walking, picking up all the traffic and passers-by and everything. So thought, well, I don't do frills and all that, so might as well stick with what's been working, what's easy. So the season is now almost upon us. Tonight we've got the scum up the road playing Crystal Palace, so the season is very much upon us. Tottenham are back tomorrow with a very rare 3 p.m. kickoff on a Saturday. Wow, it's been a long time since I've seen one of those. Unfortunately for me, I won't be there. I had a prior arrangement, and with the season starting early, it's kind of thrown me out a little bit. But there you go. I shall still watch it on the TV, but I'm going to miss out on actually getting there for the first game, which I'm really disappointed about. But as you know, if you've been following my videos, I've been doing a daily, every other day, kind of a few times a week video. This is just talking about between the seasons and what's happening. So fortunately now that's come to an end. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably just stick to doing a preview maybe and a post-match review. I think doing the videos as often as I was probably getting more on people's nerves than it was getting people interested in what I'm saying. So it's time to maybe pull it back a little bit. Anyway, digressing, chatting. So today's little video is a preview of the Tottenham versus Southampton match. Going to be really difficult to call because obviously got nothing to gauge it on. Southampton are a team that we should be beating, absolutely. And if you want to be a top four or a title contender, then these games are the ones that you've got to put to bed. No excuses really. But with that, and with that expectation, is going to bring a lot of pressure for the players and for the coach. Because obviously, as Tottenham fans, we've got an expectation. We've made a lot of signings, invested money, not lots of money in comparison, but we've done things differently than we would normally do, given Conte what he wants, if everything is to be believed. So the expectation is he's now got to do something with it. But I guess time's going to tell from that perspective of how quickly the signings bed in. So for me, I think Perisic is a straight in starter. I think that's what he's been bought for. I don't think he's been bought to bolster the squad. I think he's been bought in to take that position. I think with Ben Davies being injured in the pre-season, I think that gives a good chance for Clement Lenglet to come into the side. But apart from that, I really see it as a very much the same team that we were playing with at the end of the season last season. So for me, Doherty will be right wing back. Emerson on the bench. I don't think Spencer makes it to the bench yet, unless either of the others are injured. Romero and Dyer as a central defensive pair with Lenglet alongside them, and then Perisic on the left. And then in the centre, I can see absolutely being Bentancur and Højbjerg, with the front three of Kulusevski, Son and Kane. Now, people will be saying, I guess, well, surely Basuma should be breaking into this side, but he's had a bit of a knock. In his press conference, Conte said he still needs to assess him, but I don't think Bentancur's done enough to be pushed out of the side, and Højbjerg seems to be a real favourite of Conte. So for me, I think the side almost picks itself, and I don't think there'll be any surprises from that. And I think, that's a good side. It's probably our strongest side as it stands. I don't think, I haven't really got anybody really challenging to Kulusevski or Son or Kane, because those guys have been on fire. They've done well in pre-season, and I think Richarlison's going to have to take his opportunity when it comes to see what he can do and see how he fits into the manager's plans. He may have to pick up a few cup games, a few substitute appearances, that kind of stuff. Bear in mind, this season we have got 5 substitutes to choose from, to put out. So if things aren't going too well, if someone isn't playing too good, or it's just not working for him, then he does have that option for Richarlison to play across all of those 3. So, you've got to go with it and see where we go. So I don't think there'll be any surprises. I think it'll be a tough game. Southampton are one of those teams that we sometimes do okay against and really give them a smashing, but then on other days really goes against you and we don't get the rub of the green, and it can be very, very frustrating. The other issue with this is obviously they will play deep and they will try to frustrate, so we're really going to have to rely on those wing backs to get the ball in, to give us those opportunities. And from pre-season, Perisic looks like he can get a ball in, he can cross a ball, which is good to see. So we'll have to see from that. And I think, to be fair to Doherty, he's done okay as well. Certainly in pre-season, at the last game, he looked like he was, trying to push forward, trying to get in amongst it. So we'll just have to see. So, like I say, really, really early days, isn't it? Nothing really to base it on. What's our form like? What's our players playing like? What kind of player is he, preferring over another? But I just have a feeling that we'll see pretty much what we were seeing before, with a couple of slight adjustments, certainly Perisic, and we'll go from there and see where it brings us. So hopefully the atmosphere will be good. It was last year when we had the Man City game and the songs of "Are You Watching Harry Kane?" But this year, totally different. We've now got Conte, not Nuno. There's certainty around Kane. We've brought plenty of players in, strengthened the squad, so everything's looking rosy. So I'm expecting the fans to be right behind the team, and if we get an early goal, I think Southampton need to really watch out, because I think we could go on a romp. But like I say, depends what team turns up, depends on how strong they are defensively and how early we get that goal. But looking forward to it. Glad the season's back. Glad to be able to watch some proper football again. That actually means something. So I'll leave it there. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for all those people that are subscribing. If you're not subscribing and you are watching on a regular basis, it'd be good to have you subscribe as well. Apparently the thumbs up, likes makes a difference as well. So if you watched it and you liked it, if you give it a thumbs up, apparently that helps me. But yeah, apart from that, just leave it there and say, up the Spurs.